guys, I've decided to make a TV online food advert for Lidl, which will be 30 seconds. The reason why I chose to do an advert is because I feel like stuff can be like targeted greatly throughout different variety of shots, and my style of advert will be very fast, like a mixture of different foods. And I've watched adverts before, so I know like what to include and what not to include. So I feel this is great. Moving on to my concept, it will be about food mainly, summer foods such as burgers, salad and pudding. And it will promote Lidl, and the reason why I chose Lidl was because it's more like unique compared to M&S, Tesco. Those institutions are more like expensive within their adverts, and this one is more like a cheap institution, so it would be great for me to like give an initial change in it between the views of Lidl. The competitors such as Aldi are more or less likely the same distribution income as Lidl. However, M&S and Tesco have more like an expensive institution, such as Asda is like an average income as well. So I feel like it will be a great contrast between the expensive companies and the cheap ones. The blog website I will use will be WordPress instead of Blogger, because last year I used Blogger and I found it very hard to navigate, and WordPress I feel like is easy to operate, so that's why I chose WordPress. Moving on to my target audience will be like middle class shoppers, people who like to save money rather than spend too much money. It will be family based, so people who love to socialise with their family, cook food, have dinner with them. And it will be 30 to 50 year olds, so this is more like the working class and people who have children, so it links to family, my advert. I will do promotional campaigns such as making posters, I'll look at billboard adverts, and obviously it will be shown on TV. This will be part of my promotional mix because it will lead up to the actual advert, and it will be one marketing campaign such as a poster which I'll make on Photoshop. I'll obviously have problems and difficulties making this advert, such as the equipment being faulty, and I could burn food when I cook it, so I have to have a little bit of planning on that. I have to like practice how to cook food. Obviously I have to choose a range of food, and this will be a hard aspect for me because I'll have to like deeply look into the foods and what effect they actually have on people. And obviously as Lidl is like a less popular institution or supermarket, then I won't be able to find as much adverts as I could compared to Marks and Spencer's, but this is good because I can learn more stuff. I'll do primary research, and it will be my questionnaire which I'll make first, and I'll give it out to the public. I'll also do interviews, and I'll actually go to Lidl itself, like just walk in and look at the products. It will give me a feel of what I can buy and what I can cook for my final project, so I can see what products they actually have. I'll also do secondary research, such as looking at adverts, marketing campaigns, and basically the whole promotional mix, so it links to the whole public, like how it affects the public, if you get me. And I'll look at magazines they have and how they use media to actually promote their foods. Contextual analysis will also be part of my research, and I'll look at like moving image stills. I'll break them down into mise en scène, which is here, all of the settings, props, lighting, etc. I'll analyse them and how they're made for each shot. I'll look at newspaper adverts, so it's not just poster adverts, it'll give me a range of good promotional mixes. I'll look at the key codes and conventions of an advert, so I know what to like base my planning on and what to actually look into. I'll also do skills development, looking into Photoshop when I make my poster, so this will give me good practice when I actually make my final campaign. Premiere to edit my advert, and After Effects to actually experiment with different techniques I can use, so like editing certain moving images and just making them better. I'll keep updating my work by doing reflective logs daily and weekly, because I feel like as I do this I can learn stuff as I go on, and it will make me think what I can do next time if I was to do it again, so I feel like this would be great. As part of my planning and pre-production, I've chosen to create a poster which will be in Photoshop. I'll also do a storyboard which will be before my shooting list and my shooting schedule, my shot list. Obviously a checklist of all my foods I need to have. I will need to practice cooking because I'll have to do it independently, cooking myself. And just making a poster, just look at different posters. Production, I will use my Panasonic AV cam or the Canon, and I will choose between these two by experimenting as part of my skills development. I will use a tripod to actually function the shot, to get high angles and low angles. I will use lighting to like a broad, good, high key lighting scene. Obviously, I need access to a kitchen if I want to be cooking food. And the distribution and the broadcast will be multimodal, so it'll be shown on the Lidl website, it'll be shown on TV such as BBC One, ITV and Food Network. I feel like this is a key, Food Network is a key programme for it to be shown because the main topic is about food and people who love food watch those channels. I will need key skills such as time management effectively to actual base my work on what I need to do in my free time and what I don't need to do, what I've already done as well. I need to be organised with my work, so I have like folders of different research, pre-production and production. I'll have a weekly plan so I know what I'm doing on a specific day. I won't be like procrastinating on a specific day for what to do, so that will be effective. I'll use my private study to catch up with my blog, especially my reflective vlogs. Say if I was to do a task on one day and I didn't fill in a reflective vlog, I'd catch up on private study and fill this in. I'd retrospect. My bibliography and reliability would be very effective for me because I can look back on pieces of work which I feel I have to look back on for reliability and see how useful they actually are. So this will give me like a broad base of all my lists I've had, primary, secondary. Screening and feedback, I'll screen it to my class and it'll be good to get their feedback positively and negatively, see what I need to improve and what I don't need to improve. I'll follow this do, review, learn and apply criteria. And lastly, my evaluation will be about basically evaluating every category in my blog post such as research, pre-production and see how it went, the negative and positive aspects of it. It will be done throughout Word in an essay form. And thank you for listening.
No, that's really, really thorough. I'm really impressed.